Well,
I did really like, is this the first time we're meeting since the holidays? Because,
Yep.
you know, that
Yep.
I really enjoyed that. I posted on my Facebook page and I sent it to people that, uh, you know, that Christmas thing that we all read the night
Yeah.
before Christmas.
And then Parker,
I
yeah.
thought it was real. I thought it came out really good. I liked it.
I did. I thought, to pat myself on the back, I think I did a damn fine
You
job on
did. You did. I
that.
thought you did a really good job with it. I really enjoyed it.
Yes.
I know.
Where was it?
Go ahead, Mark. Doug.
Oh, I missed it. Where did you put it at?
Well, it
You
was on.
haven't seen it yet?
Oh, no.
Oh, you are a piece of shit.
Now that's the asshole we like.
Oh, Doug, you got to listen to it. It's really cool.
I haven't heard it either. Where is it?
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God. What the,
All right. Thank you, John. Thank you.
what the hell?
It's on our YouTube channel, VO Babble.
Oh, I didn't receive the announcement that it's there.
Oh, you didn't? I put it on LinkedIn. I put it on Facebook. You should have.
Did you really?
I didn't. Yeah. I sent the notice out through all the social media. I did not personally email all you guys, and my apologies for that.
Well, it didn't come up on any of those feeds, so I didn't see it. So I'll check it out when we're done here.
Well, you obviously have me blocked. Then you just hello, Jeff.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Jeff.
How's it going?
Good. Cindy was just mentioning how she liked the reading of the Night Before Christmas that I put on, YouTube and all of that, and Doug and John are like, "Oh, I didn't hear it. Where's it at? What? I didn't hear."
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
All right,
well done.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Here's actually, I just put the link in the chat.
There you go. Yes.
Christmas VO Babble.
Christmas VO Babble.
Okay, I found it here on the YouTube, so I've got it now. I'll watch it.
Oh, you're like my grandmother on the
YouTube. I'll be up to date next time.
Okay, but yes, I thought it turned out pretty good, and I did get some comments back on LinkedIn and this and that the people enjoyed it. So I didn't get any YouTube comments or Rumble comments, or because I also put it on all of the regular audio ones on Apple and Spotify and all of that. So I didn't get any comments saying, "Oh, this is dumb." So that's a good thing.
No. And like I said, I posted on my Facebook page and people seem to enjoy it. So, and I sent it to people. So
the next question I have for Doug and John, are you not subscribed to our YouTube channel?
Yes.
Well, you should have been notified. You should have had a notification on your.
Yeah.
You mean on the YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was, but I didn't see it. So I'll redouble check on my end too.
Yeah, you should be. If you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell. Do I need to do this? Hey, subscribe and hit the notification bell. So that you can be alerted when our podcasts come around. All right. Well, since we're all here now, the gang's all here.
Hey,
what do you want to talk about? We've just been shooting the shit. That's all we've been doing since we've been waiting for everybody to show up.
Yeah.
And Jeff, just so you know, you weren't that late. You came in right after Cindy, so you were fashionably late, just like Cindy is.
Well, what about the means we're into the new year, goals and what we're looking to do? I guess maybe wanted to do and plan on getting done. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Okay. I know that we did talk about briefly on one of our calls. We talked about marketing, and I know John mentioned that he's got to get off the pot or get on the pot.
That's true.
That's a Dougism.
One of the three.
We're gonna call that a Dougism. I know that you were talking about doing more of that, and
right.
Jeff actually sent that video from Mark Scott.
Mark Scott.
That was a good video. I really enjoyed that. Had some good takeaways in that, which we could talk about. Did you guys watch that at all?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
I didn't answer no.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
This is just,
I'm sorry.
are we going to have to start a grading system with our little group here?
I
Don't get
think
us started today.
Hey, nobody said there was going to be homework.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, I think you started that the last time. You said, "Hey, we've got to be doing something here." So Jeff, you're going to hold us to the fire.
That's right. Yeah. And again, as we were talking before you came on, I can be the butthead to say, "Hey, what did you do? Why didn't you do it? What the hell's wrong with you?" I never was in the military though, so I can't be that, gruff or rough or anything. So at any rate, Mark Scott had, for those that didn't see it, he had a go to Jeff's email because he emailed it to you guys too.
Right. I have it.
And watch it. And it's about marketing and what he was thinking is going to be the top marketing strategies of
the trends of 2024.
The trends. Thank you.
Marketing trends in particular.
Yeah. And the first one that he said, personalization, I've been doing that with my marketing emails that I've been sending out. I've been basically, if I know the contact name, I put that, hey, hi, Joe, and it's a kind of a personalized email saying, hey, I'd like to, get together, and I checked out your website and I'd be interested in talking, and, hey, if you want to hear some of my demos, here's my, link to my website. So I've been doing that, and it hasn't really been gaining me a lot of warm contacts, a few, but not a lot.
Well, I think a lot of his point too was that, you need to do that, but also, if you want to try to reach more people and you have, like his example was, you got a new commercial demo and you want all your clients and prospects to know about it. If you send that out to all of your clients, a lot of your clients, like your e-learning clients, they really won't care about your commercial demo.
Right.
So don't bother them with that, because now you're wasting their time.
Right.
So you really need to be cognizant of what you're sending and what value you're providing somebody, and not just throwing them emails that don't mean anything to them.
True.
Yes, I agree with that. That does make a lot of sense. Luckily, so far, all I've been marketing to are commercial video production companies. So I've just been sending my email link or my website link, and that has all of my demos right on the front page, or on the, what do you call it?
Yeah,
Homepage.
the homepage. Yeah,
Thank you. Yes,
and that was another one of his trends, was on your website. And this is something that J. Michael Collins has been talking about the last few months, is a lot of, particularly probably younger casting agents and voice seekers, are not necessarily going to the pay-to-plays or dealing with agents. They're going on Google and searching for voice actors.
right.
So you got to have your website set up SEO-wise, so that you can be found. You can use your website in an active way where you reach out to clients and say, hey, go to my website. And then people will hopefully go to your website. But you want people to go to your website that you didn't reach out to, that they're finding you organically.
Right. Yeah, they're looking for, I'm looking for a male voice that sounds like a cowboy. And they type that into the Google.
Yeah.
The Google. And they type that in. and up pops your line item with your website, your page on it.
Yeah.
Now, getting that is not the easiest thing to do. Getting to the top of the page, number one. I mean, that takes a lot of work.
Yeah, you really just want to try to be on the first page, because number one is going to be all this sponsored stuff. People that are paying for Google ads.
Right.
So yeah, if you have descriptors of your voice.
Yeah.
So the question is, you got to find the right words that describe your voice.
But how do you put that? My whole question was, how do you put that information into Google? I mean, how does it get there? I mean,
Whatever you write, like your bio and the text, the narrative you put on your website, you need to work the keywords into what your description and everything.
So
Okay.
the AI or whatever is grabbing those particular words.
Google's it's getting more and more sophisticated, but it can read and understand what you're saying about yourself on your website.
Okay.
And so when people type in certain words, they can connect the two. Now, there's another way that I've just been learning about is with your audio player, with your demos. Something I did not know about was with VoiceZam, which is an audio player.
Yeah, I've heard.
Now, Mark Scott did a podcast episode with Merkel, was his last name, Merkel, the owner of VoiceZam. And this was a few months ago. And it was everything you need to know about VoiceZam, which I had tried 2 years ago. And it's the most expensive voice audio player out there. And so I tried it for a while, and I decided they upped their prices for the first time ever. I mean, VoiceZam's been around at least 10 years, maybe longer. And he had just 2 months after I, purchased the service, he upped the price. And I was like, man, I found another player. I was using ElfSight, and it was much cheaper.
What is it called? ElfSight?
ElfSight, as in Christmas elf.
Yeah.
ElfSight.
Yep.
And it works fine, but what I didn't realize with VoiceZam is when you can put in keywords for each of your samples of your demo. Because obviously when you post your demo to your website, if you can lay out each sample of the demo, then people can quickly go through, and if they're searching for a certain style, or they're looking for a luxury lead or high energy or something, instead of listening through your whole demo, they can just listen through the samples.
Right.
So VoiceZam allows you to break that out, and you can put keywords to describes each sample. Apparently Google will categorize those and catalog those as part of your SEO. I didn't realize that, because the audio player I'm using now, the ElfSight, I'm pretty certain it doesn't do that. So it's like, all right. And some other voice talent kind of chimed in the comments saying that they have been getting work because they believe VoiceZam has helped them be found on Google, on searches. I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. So, I mean, what's everybody else using for their audio player? Because I know Wovo, World Voiceover, I think that's what it's called. If you're a member of their program, they offer an audio player. And I'm wondering if it does the same thing. I'm not aware that it does, but
I'm just on my site. I'm just using the audio player that came with the site builder. I'm not.
Right.
I didn't hook up with any outside source, and I believe Cindy is the same.
Yes.
What are you using, John?
When I had my website that I built under GoDaddy, I did use VoiceZam, but now I got another guy that built me a website, and he doesn't use a player at all. It's built into the site. So
yeah, that's just like mine. Yeah,
That's it. Okay.
yeah.
I wonder if you can ask him if there's any SEO benefit with using that, whatever audio player is built in.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him about SEO. And there are people who specialize in that. You can pay them a fee, and then they'll doctor up your website or send you what to put on or whatever. So
Yeah.
And
I think a lot of that's not exactly cheap too. Google is not just all of a sudden, you kind of have to kind of prove yourself over time
Yeah.
and kind of, but a lot of people would do blogs, and that kind of adds to their SEO. And I'm not sure, from what I'm learning lately, you don't necessarily have to do that. If you just have good descriptions on your webpage with the keywords built in, I think you can do okay.
So that leads me to the question, what are good keywords? Because I have on my homepage, when I describe my voice, I put down, rich baritone, classic Americana, blah, blah, blah. I've got like, I don't know, half a dozen different descriptors of my voice. Well, I've been typing that in, voice actor, and then I put in those keywords, and I'm not coming up at all.
Well, let's see. I'm going to type in your name into the Google machine. So then that's just typing your name. So that would mean somebody would be searching for you specifically.
Right.
Your LinkedIn comes up number 1, then your Bodago profile comes up 2, direct voices, which I'm not sure what that is.
It's another casting site.
Audible audiobooks narrated by Marco Clock. And then your voice 123 profile, your Such a Voice profile, SoundCloud. So interestingly, I don't see your website as I'm scrolling down here.
Well, mainly because my website isn't under my name. It's under Time for a Voice.
Oh, you know what? I think one time I was looking at your website. So what is it again? Time for a Voice?
Timeforavoice.com.
Timeforavoice.com. Nothing comes up. Because that was something else that Mark Scott talked about. It was like you should kind of Google your search, just your name. And you also want your website to be optimized for mobile, because there's so many people that are just perusing on their phones more than they do their computer.
Right.
And so everything has to be optimized. Everything, your audio player needs to fit and not look funky, and it needs to be able to adjust to whatever size of the screen the people are looking at.
Yeah, when you type in the Time for a Voice, the NBC The Voice comes out.
So now I forgot what my train of thought was.
Your train got derailed.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, that's common for me.
One of the other things in the Mark Scott deal was like making these short form videos.
Yeah.
Like for Facebook Reels or TikTok or whatever. And some VO folks that I know do that. And I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do. Or what do you think about that, Jeff?
Well, the other thing that's interesting about when they say short form, they mean under a minute.
Yeah.
So like 2 minutes. So you can't do like the YouTube shorts or the Instagram Reels. Those have to be a minute or less. So long form is like 2 minutes would be considered long form.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I can't wrap my head around that because I'm a TV producer. I produce like 30-minute shows. So 2 minutes is long form. What are you, crazy?
Yeah.
Well, again, that's because of everybody's attention span now. I mean,
Yeah.
it literally is. If it's longer than a minute, people get bored.
Mhm.
So people have really got to get really bored with our talks. They have to. But yeah, the short form, I mean, I've seen guys where they do, hey, this is an audition I'm working on. And they'll do, a quick read of their audition. And yeah, it only lasts like a minute or so. And, I don't know if that's what they're talking about, actually showing,
Well, it could be anything. That's the thing. But you want to add value to your audience. And so Mark Scott likes to bring up often that if you're a voice actor, do you want to have content that attracts other voice actors? If you do, fine, but how's that going to help your business?
Yeah.
Right? You need to find content that's going to attract your potential clients. So, and it could be educational, it can be inspirational, it can be entertaining. So, and that's the $1 million question. If you can find a topic or an idea that you can do over and over again. So my idea, which I still have not done, I did one example, and actually I'm going to see if I can find it here. And it was how we say words differently. You say data or data.
Mhm.
So I have this whole list of words that I was going to do these little 1-minute videos about why some people say this and some say that, or how do you say it?
That's neat. I like that.
Now,
Yeah. Good idea.
because that's something that voice actors would totally get, but like video producers would be like, I hadn't really thought of that, because I actually did send it out to some people, and one voice actor was like, oh, only voice actors are going to understand this. I'm like, what are you talking about? I mean, it's it's everybody would understand it. And a couple of video producers their reaction was like, yeah, I hadn't really thought of that. That's kind of cool. So now the problem is I gotta produce these things.
Do you know
Yeah.
somebody that can do video production?
Well, my problem is it's time consuming,
Yes.
Yeah.
and so I'm trying to find like the software that can do it the fastest, that has and that's another thing Mark Scott talks about, that these don't have to be super professional. In fact, if you just pull up your phone and record yourself and then, throw maybe your logo on it or something, if it's real slick, some people gravitate to the kind of the everyday, even if it's kind of sloppy looking, as long as you're providing value, they'll
Right.
think it's more real.
Yeah.
And so I have to get over that too, because being that I've worked in TV for 30 years, I want it to look slick because that's what I do.
Yeah.
So when something looks sloppy, I mean, or the audio's not that good, it just kind of bugs me.
Of course.
I think Mark still thinks that, just when he was talking, I think he still thinks that the audio should be clear, the video should be clear, but as far as, how things are edited, or
You don't have to have slick graphics and all these effects and wipes.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Just,
You do want to have, good lighting. You want to
Yeah.
have good audio because we're in audio. So
Yeah.
you want your voice to sound clear.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
but you can record it on your iPhone. You don't have to have a
Right.
commercial production type setup.
Yeah,
Correct.
and the iPhones and the newer Droid phones, geez, their audio and video capabilities are amazing. I mean, how clear they are now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's and the other item he talked about as far as marketing is, the speed that you market. If you're answering an email or auditioning, or you've got the gig, and all of that goes hand in hand with your capabilities, and when you market, how you can back that up. Everything's got to be fast. Again, because everybody's attention span is out the window.
Well,
so-
but he said, even if you can't deliver within 12 hours, at least respond to the inquiry and say,
right,
I'm out of the office or whatever, as opposed to just leaving them hanging.
right.
So good example. I just earlier this year in 2023, I met with a video production company in Houston, and I'd connected with them on LinkedIn, and I was like, hey, I'd love to come by and see your space. Well, they had posted on LinkedIn, they had gotten a new audio, like they got a whisper room. And so they were kind of showing it off, and they put together a video. They had all their video editors, everybody jump in there, and they put together a little funny video. And so I was like, hey, that looks really cool. I'd love to check out your space. And they're like, yeah, come on in. So I did. And one of their biggest complaints is dealing with voice actors is, they reach out to somebody and they gets back to them in a day or two. And so they don't necessarily need the job that quick, but if you don't respond, they don't know if you're available.
Right.
And so they're sitting there waiting. And after a while, like, we got to go with somebody else.
Yeah.
So that's Mark Scott saying, respond as quickly as possible. Even if it's, hey, I'll get back to you later, at least they know you got the message.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's key.
Yep.
Has anybody not done that in this group? I mean,
What, not respond in a timely manner?
well, yeah, I mean, I think as soon as I get an email or something, I get back with them.
Yeah, I generally don't get a lot of requests
I
to
know.
respond
So,
for
like,
work.
if I
So
get one,
when-
yeah,
when I do, I respond
It's like,
right away.
holy hell, that's better hurry up.
and usually like when I, the one client, like the Denver CBS, usually he wants it right away too. So, and I think he likes that I'm able to get it to him, within 24 hours. So yeah, I can't imagine not doing that, but
Yeah, I don't think any of us have that issue. I don't know if you guys have been lacking in that, John or Doug or Jeff. I mean, again,
Well, I think what happens is when you do get busy, you get a lot of work, which I wouldn't know a whole lot about that. It's easier for that to fall by the wayside.
Yeah,
Sure.
that I understand.
well, you know what? Let's hope in 2024 that is a problem to us.
Right?
Huh? Is that positive thinking or what?
There
That's
you
right.
go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you later.
Live
All
long
right.
and prosper.
That's
Adios.
it.
Right. Nanu nanu.
Bye-bye.
Bye.